Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Got her in. Oh. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. That's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay. I
got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the 8 o'clock news. I'm your anchor, Chuck Fizzlebeef. And Slab McRib is sitting across from me over there. Welcome to Grunt Speak.
Live from the lair!
I don't even know where that came from.
That's actually pretty funny, man.
I'm like diving back into my Mystery Science Theater knowledge of random superhero names.
In the overarching episode, the topic is what's in it for me?
Yeah. And as a dude, you're not allowed to ask that question.
Yeah.
Because women are the prize, right?
No, they're not.
No.
We're going to get to that.
Prizes accumulate value. I mean, if your value is in fit, feminine, friendly, fertile, and faithful,
Yes.
and many of those tend to go by the wayside, yeah,
Because I've won many a prize at the carnival. They were worthless.
a little bit.
The ring toss. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like we got an evil button pushing monkey backstage who wants to just come in and join the party. What's going on, man?
What's happening, guys?
Haven't talked to you in the voice in a while. It's all text.
I know it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
It felt
I
good.
dig the avatar. That's appropriately terrifying and funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we were talking before the show came on. I'm trying to work on a mathematical video called the bullshit to fellatio ratio, and I'm not having any luck. Dude,
You can cut down on bullshit by inserting fellatio.
yes. But then if it's unwanted, then you wind up with an essay, and that winds up with time in the penalty box.
You catch a charge. This is bad. Speaking of bad, I just want to throw this out there. I took my niece to go and see Alien Romulus the other night. Is it that hard to make a good Alien sequel? I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, like James Cameron did it, and it seemed like he just made that movie in his sleep because it literally came out the year after The Terminator. And now, all these sequels later, Prometheus is nah. Alien Covenant sucks donkey dick. Alien Resurrection should have been called Alien Erection because it sucked a huge fat one.
Yeah, I don't like. So is this a save your money warning?
It's a save your money warning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. The first half is great.
Okay.
The retro futuristic, technology, that they got the production design, performances, casting, everything like that is actually dead nuts. You have clear objectives, clear motivations. Everybody's on board. The setup for the face huggers coming out and starting to attack them in the room filled with water, all very nicely set up. The android, best character in the movie. That's probably not a good thing. The last 3 movies in this franchise, the most relatable, best characters were the non-humans.
The androids.
And then about the halfway mark, it just goes completely off the rails in a way that is stunning.
Wow.
Stunningly awful.
Yeah.
It's like the last half of the first half is written by a very competent filmmaker. Fede Alvarez did the remake of The Evil Dead from 2013. He also did Don't Breathe, which I haven't seen, but I heard is a fantastic thriller. And then it's like the last half of the movie was written by an AI where they were like, well, we need to mix elements of Prometheus, all the Alien sequels that we're going to disregard because Romulus takes place between the first one and Aliens.
Well, hang on.
And then just put them into a blender and make it make sense.
Do you think it was them trying to fit in all of the categories so they could get into the Academy Awards? Because there's a lot of stuff that if you don't have certain bells and whistles in your movie, you can't even get onto even up for debate in the...
It's just like lift from this, lift from that. We're taking from that. They even took from Alien Resurrection, the worst one. And then, but instead of, like the human reproductive system for the aliens, it's the black goo from Prometheus. This woman gives birth to something that is like it's smoking cigarettes and buying porn 5 minutes after it's born. And it's got the same face as the engineers from Prometheus. Like, can we please leave that alone? No one wanted it. No one needed it.
The only one from that franchise that I liked was the first one was okay. But the second one,
Aliens, is
the director's cut, though.
That's the tits.
You've got to
right
have
there.
the director's cut.
Oh, yeah, all day long.
Because there's a bunch of stuff that you don't, if you watch the standard Aliens, you're like, how'd that happen? Yeah. But when you watch the director's cut, you're like, oh.
Yes, and there were no Romulans in Alien Romulus. I'm sorry to the Trekkie fans out there.
Now, what are you going
to do? Yeah, big bummer. It's worse than just being a bad movie because it's disappointing because that first half is so good. And you get a look into what it would actually be like to work for this heartless corporation trying to colonize worlds in the kind of conditions that have your life expectancy essentially like 1800s Wild Wild West.
32?
Yeah.
36?
So it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
So you
bad,
get
right?
to see a little bit of that. It's an angle we haven't seen before, so it gets you invested, gets you interested. Setup is good. Motivations are clear. You're with it. It's intense, and then all of a sudden, it Amber Heards for the last half of the movie just shits the bed.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that some mega corporation would throw away people's lives for.
Oh
profit.
no, that would never.
That would never happen.
No, it's not like we just lived through it. Currently living through it or anything. I mean,
Correct.
that might be a conspiracy theory.
Mm.
You know who coined that phrase, right? The CIA after the JFK assassination.
The Saya?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are correct.
The Saya.
Saya.
Like a Saya.
Mm-hmm.
Granddaddy of alphabet agencies. Ugh. Fuck him.
I don't know, man.
Could be bad. We got our first mega super chat. So already to that guy.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Donated a Hyundai and says,
Wow.
First round is on me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
So I can turn on the banner and turn it over to you then, since we got a nice donation. Thank you so much, that guy.
All right, everybody. We've been demonetized beyond all reason, basically, since 2015 and the first adpocalypse. We are flagged as a MGTOW Red Pill channel, and they literally are actively axing subscribers on the regular. Many of you have already come across it. But we operate on a shoestring budget, and doing so, we've pulled 550 people out.
Boom!
From starting a shotgun. But
high velocity blowjob producer.
To keep this whole thing running, it's not cheap and it's not free, even though we try to operate on a shoestring budget. So whatever you send in to keep this train rolling, thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. Most of this equipment is used.
Yes. I drive used cars.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. I can't even justify spending money on new stuff.
No, yeah. One of my good buddies basically garbage picked a Dolby Atmos system that he built up in his basement. I mean,
why not?
Yeah, I mean, it only cost him a few $100 and it sounds great.
Well, when I was a kid, I was one hell of a garbage picker.
Yeah.
I had like 8 TVs in my room.
Everybody's got that guy in their neighborhood too who drives around with like a flatbed trailer or his pickup truck, night before garbage thing, just like.
But there was that one time I brought a TV home, and this is before my brother moved out. I plugged it in and turned it on, and I let all of the smoke out. it like blew all the fuses.
Oops.
My brother opens the door. You're in trouble now.
It's no good, man.
That's what happens,
I'm so glad TVs are not as heavy and fucked up as they used to be, though, man.
But I had to watch 247, 56, 62, 20, and occasionally I'd get Channel 9 where I could see boobies in Benny Hill.
Occasionally, yeah. Scrambled, of course.
No. I turned the entire wall into a antenna with aluminum foil and thumbtacks so I could watch Benny Hill boobies.
Okay.
I was like 9.
And as an added bonus, the aliens couldn't read your thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much.
Good stuff. Ken J just dropped 50 and says, less Hillary, more butts. I think I can go with that. Thank you very much.
I am not in control of the buttons here tonight, so gentlemen.
Yes, I am the button pushing monkey. Jimmy's just going to be chilling. Hopefully his penis is in his pants. I don't want to know.
Stop that.
Could be quite bad.
I am wearing pants. So
okay, that's important. I am not.
Stop.
But I have to. I mean, the timing on last week's episode release could not have been more juicy.
Oh my God.
I mean, that episode was actually sitting because it takes me a while to get through, different backlogs of footage and stuff that we film. And then sure enough,
here we go.
8 days later, kablamo. Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from Ben Affleck 2 years to the day after they tied the knot for the second time.
All right. So I just need to get the numbers of how much he's going to have to come out of pocket. How much he paid for both rings for the first idiot?
I think she's worth more than him, so I'm not sure if he's going to have to pay anything. And they've only been hitched for 2 years.
I know, but
ring enough is
that ring he gave her. I don't even know how much that was.
Bad news bears, and she's 4 years older than him too, dude.
And she looks rough.
Yeah, I love the. Where's the expression here that I used here? Yeah, she emerged with a face like thunder.
All right.
So it's the Sound and the Fury after the real event.
Does she actually still perform at all?
I believe so. Yes. I mean, she looks like she's getting ready to go and change somebody's
Well, I don't
pipes
really,
under the kitchen
she's
sink.
wearing
but
dirty pants. Not a big deal.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't
What
care.
I don't give a fuck when she wears nice things. So it's why would I care about this? Face like thunder.
All right.
breath.
Now, but here's the thing. Okay. All right. So, like the first time this whole thing went off the rails, I mean, I could probably issue one sympathy card.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
But he literally got on the same train, went all the way around the shit salad fucking city, and now we are where we are.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you fucking learn, man?
No kidding. I mean, if you took a horrendous Del Taco shit and like when it's over, it's agony while it's happening, and then it's finally over and you're like, would you stuff it all into a turkey baster and try to squeeze it back up your ass? Because that's exactly what Ben Affleck did.
And listen, he should know better. And here's another thing. All right. This is Pop's rule of thumb here.
All right. You know what the rule of thumb is?
Yeah. Now, if you're out there dabbling with Nanny of Poon land and you come across a female who is divorced from a mirage.
Hopefully didn't Murray Dar her ex.
You don't want any Murray Dar or anything like that. Or Abby Buse.
Abby Yusuf.
You don't need any of that. But here's the thing. If she has been divorced one time, once, it's done.
Done.
Okay. And the reason I say that is simply this. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And once these women go into divorce court and they just see how many tools they have at their disposal to turn you into a cuck mangina slave boy by simply stating the 3 magic words, I'm not happy, and then having a restraining order put on you because I feel scared. That's the second magical phrase.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, what the fuck are you thinking? I'm serious. If you're going to mess around in that world of, nanny poon, whatever you want to call it, and you come across a divorced woman, just remember it's for entertainment purposes only. Period.
Oof.
Now, you can hang out with her, whatever, but you got to understand, you can never, ever put any money on the table because she will want those cash and prizes, and she knows how to use the tools to get them. And it doesn't need, don't do the mirage thing. Don't have him move into your house because all she's got to do is pick up the phone and go, I feel scared. And then you have the cops showing up who almost always are going to white knight for the vagina. And you're going to wind up, going to the penalty box.
Yes.
And it's not worth it, gentlemen.
Get labeled a misogynist.
Yeah, listen. Not to mention that after she probably got her divorced, she wanted to go find herself. And guess what? The whole conga line of cocks had showed up, and you're just a placeholder in line. Come on, man.
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry. I was off.
Hey, it's exactly why people tune in. Just saying. I just don't understand it. I mean, when you've got the kind of money and clout that Affleck has, why would you simp for your ex-wife who's 4 years older and postmenopausal?
How old is she now?
55.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And so he was messing with that when she was 53?
A little bit.
All right. Hang on. Hang on. Whoa.
Affleck.
All right, hang on. All right. So we got a woman here. She's already been divorced 2 or 3 times before this.
A little bit.
She's got kids from another dude.
Mark Anthony.
All right. So Ben Affleck literally has a train load of Eskimo brothers.
Oh.
I mean, now let's be honest.
I don't want to know.
She's not really heavy. She's not a DNA dirigible.
Dirigible.
We don't have that problem. Most women today, they're fat, and once they get to a certain age, they have no choice but to pull the pin on the fat grenade because they have the wrist-face disconnect, or single or double Tourette's to the elbow, depending on how fat they want to get.
Yeah,
and some of them get so fat they have a black hole right up their ass, and they complain about being lonely because the people they meet, they're warping time, and these dudes are meeting themselves on the way out, and they're like, "Don't go in there.
Don't go in there."
I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. I apologize.
Like I said, that is why these dudes turn in all 400 of them over on YouBoob. Hit the likes, ladies and germs. Help us break through that YouTube algorithm. They love unsubscribing you against your will. I'm sure if you haven't noticed yet, you're probably one of them. Brian Ranger is Pop. I keep telling these stupid mother fornicators, me getting a 3, some overseas with protection for me is cheaper than even dating a Western female.
Well, and listen, it's starting to hit the females because there's all kinds of whiny little videos on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. What is the
TikTok?
TikTok. That's one.
If dudes, if you're not subscribed to Taylor the Fiend
oh my God.
On YouTube, he does compilation videos of these whiny chicks from TikTok. Just subscribe to his channel.
Yeah.
Trust me. If you want to know what the real dating situation is like out there for these ladies,
and then
they're happy to tell on themselves.
There's the guy, The Wall. He stole my ha-ha. Yeah. It's the first time I heard that. I'm like, typing on the computer. I'm like, hey, he stole that.
That's not The Simpsons, I don't think.
I'm like, he stole that from me.
Son of a bitch.
I'm honored. I don't get mad about that shit, gentlemen. You can use my lingo all you want. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, before the leftoids decided cultural appropriation was only bad if you were white, imitation used to be the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, but are we ready to look at her? We'll change to that one.
That's
instead.
a tiny butt right there.
Before we get into the topic for tonight, I mean, we were just talking about this. Let's hear why things are so bad in these ladies' own words. Big shout out to Digital Do for providing us with this wonderful example. 56 seconds, set your egg timers, because at the end of it, the eggs will be spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I just got into my car after going on a date, right? And let me just tell you something. I don't know what the deal is with, like, men now, but I had told him prior that I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that okay? And are you going to cover them? And I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever, but when I handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked, and then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I handed it to him, and he literally looked shocked at me and said, I can't cover this. It was $478 for pre and post date expenses. You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me. Look at all the effort that I had to put into going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses? Are you fucking kidding?
All right, that's half a G, man.
I wonder why he was on his phone.
That's half a G.
Half a G, and you haven't even gotten to dinner.
Half of a G.
She's got the cumbrellas. She's got, her mouth looks like a baboon's ass got sewn up in its place.
She's got the nose ring.
And then, what kind of women you be dating? Really?
Oh my God.
I'm looking very closely at this, and it looks like you are melanin challenged. Don't speak like that.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, even the melanin advantage shouldn't be speaking like that because it makes you sound like exactly what you are. Fucking stupid.
Geronimo. But listen.
The
and
entitlement.
then we did the video. We talked about the subject about Cheesecake Factory was, you don't take me to Cheesecake.
Oh, God.
All right. Now, first of all, like back in the day, the Cheesecake Factory used to be a draw to Chicago.
Yeah.
Because the food was really good.
And it is not cheap.
No, it was not cheap. And then you could take this, the cream cheese or cheesecake and then rub it on your ass because that's right where it's going. But I used to like that place. The portions are good. It wasn't really super duper expensive. It was pretty good. And now it's on a list that you can't take women to, along with like Chili's and Fridays and all of the other corporate gruel places.
Gruel.
So-
That's a good way to put it.
So what is this? I'm going to take you on a date, and I have to take you to like Benihana and roll through $300.
On top of the 400, so almost half a G that you want for a pre and post. Well, I'm sorry, what is the post-date expense?
I have no idea.
Does she have to go and pay to get all of this shit removed off of her face?
And here's another thing. A lot of these women, they just go on these dates to get food, and then they go hang out with, Tyrone or Ray Pookie to get
Chad,
their back blown out.
I'd be like, okay, let me take a look at those receipts. I'll consider paying for them. But in order to do that, we have to investigate a certain matter here. So we're going to go up to your bedroom right now, and I'm going to take out a black light.
And we're going to work out the fellatio to ratio.
The fellatio to bullshit ratio. And we're going to figure out exactly when the last time this bed was in use by all of the people who are undoubtedly going to be my Eskimo brothers if tonight's date goes well with your pre- and post-date expenses.
But my thing is this. You're going to roll through that much money for a woman that's got probably she's been ran through more than a flight of stairs. All right, let's just be honest here, okay?
Yep.
And now they want pre and post-op expenses.
Yeah.
Or post-date. Let's just call it post-op.
For this face.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. What do you think, Jimmy? It's been a while.
She probably needs the pre and post date expenses to clean up before her date with you, and then clean up after the date that she's having.
That actually makes sense. Yeah. So because she's clearly wearing the casual gear for her date with the beta that she thinks is going to pay all of her bills. The guy who doesn't have to pay anything is going to get the dress that she bought as part of the receipts that she expects you to pay for.
Yeah.
With the cumbrellas.
Oh my God. That is just unbelievable.
Well, that's what they were invented for. I found that out a little while ago.
I did not know that.
Yeah, fake eyelashes were called cumbrellas. They were invented for sex workers to keep the bazooka juice out of their eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of disturbing.
So now every time I go to a wedding, that's all I think. I'm like, she got cumbrellas, she got cumbrellas. Individually placed and glued cumbrellas. They were fancy cumbrellas.
I am curious of what these post-date expenses are.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is I think Jimmy may be onto something. I think there's a date after the date.
Uh-huh.
And she wants you to pay for both.
Here's another thing. It's like when I was, doing the internet dating thing after I got divorced, some of these women are like, well, you got to cover my babysitter. I'm like, what?
No.
I'm like, fuck you.
It's like, you're out dating.
No, I'm not doing
it. I thought you were strong and independent, right?
Yeah.
But they think that's part of it now. Like, I'm going to get a carry out for my kids. Well, you're paying for it. Well, no, you asked me out. You got to pay this meal for my kids. No.
And this is going to get way worse for these ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to have half of them single and childless within 10 years.
That's how it goes, man. And this article here, and by the way, all these sources available and archived on redonkulas.com. Check them out. Why men are no longer interested in dating. There is a specific exchange in here that is just perfect. And a lot of feminist quotes that are enough to make your skin crawl. So you go on down here. This is a quote from a feminist. The nuclear family must be destroyed. Whatever its ultimate meaning, the breakup of families is now an objectively revolutionary process. Attributed to Robin Morgan. Wow. Women are sold lies by celebrities like Taylor Swift who have armies of young women at their disposal to brainwash. Women are not desirable anymore, and that's a shame. Men would rather be single and enjoy their freedom than get married. It's just not worth it.
It's not. I mean, we did the video Sell Me Marriage.
Yeah.
What benefit is there other than maybe you get some kids out of the deal that you have to watch grow up and fast forward, and the dudes that the mother of your children are banging will get to legally spend more time with those kids than you will as their actual biological father. So please tell me again, what's the benefit of the mirage?
And let's be honest. If you are dumb enough to tie one on with a woman who already has kids, you have to anticipate the highly likely probability, not a possibility, but a probability that one day you are going to come home, pun intended, to find the baby daddy balls deep in your business.
Correct.
Because that's the guy that got away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. or you're going to get the "you're not my daddy" speech.
Yeah.
Now, listen, gentlemen, if you are in a situation, and I know a couple of guys who got with some single mothers and they're like, I don't want to have any more kids. All right. And I'm literally like, why are you with this woman? She's not having any of your children, but you're paying all the bills for some other dude's ejaculation. I just, are you that hard up?
That's a really expensive ejaculation.
I mean, are you that hard up for poon or what?
No kidding.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you? I just don't get it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. Jimmy feels pretty good about being single right now, though. I'll tell you that.
It is pretty fucking nice.
This one right here nails it. Modern women are more aggressive. They have lost their soft touch, the nurturing qualities that distinguish them from men. So, like you were saying before the show, these are third string men.
All right, now.
These are the sparring partners that you kick the shit out of before the main event.
Yeah, when my first year on the varsity team, football team in my high school, I was basically third string. And let me tell you, it was a rough fucking go of it, man. You want to talk about a beatdown. and we'll actually have these women like, oh, yeah, you can do everything. Man. Yeah, march out there to the corporate world. All right, you don't want to submit to a husband because you'll be a slave, but you're going to work your fucking ass off
forever.
But you're an at-will employee, meaning anytime I want, you're off the grid. Oh, You can't even get child support or alimony because I'm your employer and you no longer work here. This isn't some weird world where, you were once married to a dude and he no longer gets the box, but he still has to pay for said box. Shut the hell up.
Alimony is one of the biggest shitbag deals that has ever been conceived of. Because let's be honest, if I have to continue paying for a box that I no longer have access to, like we're married, shouldn't you have to, come over, cook for me, clean my house, take care of the kids?
At a minimum.
At a bare minimum. I mean, there's got to be some sort of reciprocity here, right? Otherwise, it's, what's that called? Bullshit.
Yeah, well,
unjust, unconstitutional bullshit.
And listen, you should get bend over privileges once in a while. I'm just
saying. Like, I pay for that IUD.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to use that.
You don't have to look me in the face. Just turn around, bend over. We'll just get this over with.
I got a bag over here. You ever see the Elephant Man? Yeah, that's what we're going for right now.
Yep. Make me a sandwich. Let me bend you over. You can still make the sandwich.
Yep.
Just put that sex tape on Pornhub. My sex tape directed by David Lynch. God, they used to be Twin Peaks. Then she had kids. Now they're NASCAR tits. They go straight to the pits.
But these women out there are like, we're all the good men. Listen.
you drove them off.
Well, you drove them off or they're still in your friend zone. And gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Every single day that you allow yourself to be in the friend zone to a woman, you are literally dissolving your self-respect and dignity.
Yep.
You listen, at the end of the day, when you're circling the drain, choking on your tongue or whatever it is when you die, that's the only thing you have left is your self-respect and your dignity. And you're literally going to give it to some woman that you're not even banging, who's probably asking you for money. Can I borrow money? You never loan money to women. You just give it to them and you just don't know it yet.
Yep, it's a gift.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
And take your pay. Listen, take your penis payments up front.
Yeah. From what I understand, I think DeSantis just a few days ago signed into law there is no more permanent alimony in Florida.
Oh, that was last year.
Was it last year? I was just seeing a video on.
Oh no, they're still doing videos about it.
I thought that it was like legislation that went through, but it was signed recently. I could be wrong on that.
Well, my thing is this. Right, Jimmy, you were saying something. I don't want to.
I think that was like sometime last year or something like that.
It was last year. Okay, I'm off on my. I was just watching a video earlier this morning, like while I was driving. I was listening to shit, and it said it was only posted a few days ago. So I was like, "Oh, this must be pretty recent." I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't know if it had passed through yet.
And there's like a whole movement, like we're not going to vote for DeSantis because he got rid of the. Listen, man.
It's like way to admit that you're just a leech on the state.
All right, if this doesn't prove women view men as an expendable, disposable resource, that is it right there.
Boom. I'm a strong and independent woman as long as I get my alimony, child support, Section 8, WIC, welfare, all of these things. I'm such a strong and independent.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You're a resource leech.
I came up with another 3-word sentence that women come up with. We have, I'm not happy, which starts the process.
Of course.
I'm not safe, which puts you in danger. And then the third one, I need more in money.
Money.
I need more. I don't have a spending problem. You have an earning problem.
Now, what was the video that Aaron Clary suggested we make?
Oh, how to divorce your wife.
Ooh.
Yeah. Apparently, there is not a single book out there that exists with that title.
We should do it.
I'm sure there are a ton that are how to divorce your husband, but I'm sure the others would be misogyny.
We should do a webinar on that. That would actually be funny.
Would you guys like a how to divorce your wife webinar? Let me know what you guys think in the chat.
Oh my God!
Woo! Oh, we got some other thoughts here, and then we can move on to some of the stories that have been sent in by you guys that really flesh this out. They've been consistently told to act like men through the media and powerful radical feminist interest groups to be more masculine so that they can climb the career ladder faster. Yeah, see, toxic masculinity is only toxic when men exhibit these traits. When women exhibit them, they're strong and independent and brave. The smart ones leave this masculine persona at work. When they come home, they activate their sensual and soft side. Women are being influenced to be the opposite of what men want.
Yep.
Too often, even the smartest, most independent women strangely believe that if they try and exert enough control and dominance over a man, they will eventually get with the program. Instead, the opposite happens. Men rebel and withdraw emotionally. Here's the truth. Men are attracted to feminine energy. Femininity is power. That's what we've been trying to tell you. Paying your own bills is not power. Femininity is power when you're talking about the kind of relationship that a man will actually that will bring a benefit to your life and vice versa.
Well, literally, a man will surrender his fucking life.
Yeah, it makes a man feel more masculine. Men do not want women that are carbon copies of themselves. If we wanted that, guess what we'd be? Gay.
Yep.
And if every man was gay on the planet, it'd be one huge pain in the ass.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of evil hairless monkeypox going on in there.
Yeah.
No.
Looked like you took a 12 gauge of buckshot to your asshole.
Or what about the thing where like women actually will go, real men do this and real men are that?
Shaming tactic.
You know how many times I've heard that?
If they knew what real men wanted, spoiler alert, they'd have one already.
No, this was about 6 months ago. I was in having a little back and forth on Facebook with some feminist slag. And she's like, well, you're not a real man. I'm like, bitch, I jumped into fucking combat. Go fuck yourself. That's about the most masculine thing you could fucking do.
That's the thing. They don't know what masculinity is now. They have been brainwashed to the point where some of them don't even know what a woman is anymore.
Yeah, and you can't even ask them because they're like, well, I can't.
I mean, let's just be honest, okay? In current year, all right, I have been told this to my face, that when it comes to issues like abortion, okay, no uterus, no opinion. But I don't need a uterus to be a woman?
Yeah, okay. How the hell did we get to this, like, lumpy bowl of soup? Oh, my God.
Holy jumping fucking shitballs. And we're supposed to go through all this. We're supposed to endure all of the shaming language and listen to what a third string man thinks a real man is, which is essentially a slave who will follow instructions.
Or provide.
And all for this. Minnesota woman is charged with running over her boyfriend on the way to couples counseling.
All right, we got to get into the meat and potatoes on this one. What the fuck
Minnesota woman Veronica Rolene Gast arrested after allegedly running down her boyfriend in a fit of rage as they were on their way to couples counseling. The pair had been dating for a year when their relationship hit a bumpy patch, so they started couples counseling to try to work things out. On the way, Gast's boyfriend decided that it was the perfect moment to say that he was done and break up with her. I love the gif here. Bad idea. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
She slams on the brakes and demanded he get out. He asked her to take him home, but she refused, so he got out. Then he made a huge mistake. And this is directly quoted. As he crossed in front of the vehicle, he and Gast caught each other's eyes. Momentarily, he said they locked eyes like you would with a bus driver as they crossed paths in traffic. The man said she then abruptly hit the gas and floored it.
Ooh.
He flew over the hood of the car, cracked the windshield, then tumbled over the roof, luckily only ending up with a lacerated elbow.
Oh, thank God.
Defendant admitted that as she was pulling away, she hit the victim with her car. Defendant said she slowed down and stopped to call the police. She said she was in shock after hitting the victim, so she did not stop right away, but let off the gas. That's a hit and run. That's a felony.
Yeah.
But as we all know,
it's attempted murder.
But because she's a woman, we all know exactly how far the penalty on that.
She's going to get probation in the typing pool.
At the most, yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
She also claims it wasn't his body that cracked the windshield, but that he punched it. I love this. Clearly, she does not understand what punching a windshield would do to your hand.
Now,
we learned about that in The Terminator.
Listen, I've seen, people bounce off windshields, and it's not pretty.
It is
so
not.
This guy's absolutely lucky that he only hurt his elbow.
That's it. Yeah, he's very lucky. I love the comments. So, no more couples therapy? I'm no therapist, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express a few times, so I have this to say, dude, run fast, run long, run deep. Don't even say goodbye.
How the hell do you run deep?
With the next chick.
Oh, okay.
All right. Or her sister.
I thought maybe getting a submarine.
But you don't want to risk that kind of crazy being hereditary. I'm just saying. That's bad.
Now, listen, women do just as much violence as men. It's just they're not built for it.
Oh, yeah. Just like we know now, because studies have actually started looking into it, that women are just as likely to be psychotic as
Do you know what the divorce rate is for liver lickers? It's like
75%. Yeah.
72 to 75%.
No wonder my only repeat business has been a chick who marries chicks.
Oh, my God.
Shocker.
And her name is Mary.
I love this. Could have been worse. She could have been on her way to anger management class. I don't think therapy's going to help. Run, dude. Run fast. I had to open the article to make sure it wasn't one of my exes. I have made some bad choices in my life. Picking up girls at the early prison release center was one of them.
What the hell were you thinking?
No.
All right, hang on.
I pray it's just a joke.
No. All right. So I know a guy, and I'm not going to use his name, but
You always know a guy.
No, actually, I'm just not going to mention his name.
I know guys who know guys.
He got out of prison, and he was in the halfway house, and he was doing like mandatory counseling for certain substance abuse issues. And what does he do? Knocks up another girl in the substance abuse class.
Oh, God.
Who just got out of prison.
No.
And now he's got like this. He's got this kid, and he's like 62. What a nightmare!
I think we can all say it at the same time. What could go wrong?
Let's go down. The phrases of dick thinking.
Oh,
Which
no.
one fits here?
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
What fits?
She is different.
She did.
She good people.
She good people. She's just and her last ex was an Abby user.
She is safe. Obviously not.
She'd never do that to me.
Yeah, that could never happen to me.
My personal favorite comment. So she's single then?
I can fix her.
I can fix her. She different.
I got to add that on the list. I could fix her.
I can fix her.
All right, now we have 28 on there.
Oh, she's single then? This one was the author's personal favorite. I usually break up with a girl when at the Target range or in the kitchen when she's holding a butcher's knife, or while hiking when I'm next to a steep ledge, or swimming in the ocean while she's in control of the powerboat, or when she packs my chute before jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, listen, man. That shit ain't cool.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
That's how you die. I'm just saying. That's how you die.
It is very bad.
Yeah.
It is very bad. But it could be worse you could actually be dating a TikToker.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Excuse me, if we get a new dish, I think it got cold when I was taking photos. Can I take this back? You got
And I just want to make sure you guys heard that. I think the dish got cold while I was taking photos. It wasn't served to her cold. She let it get cold. And now she wants a new dish for free.
Yeah, no.
30 minutes ago. I'm a TikToker, so I was just taking videos, but it's cold now. Hey, please get another
Fuck
round.
you!
I don't want this dish. I was putting my phone over it. It's just like not edible. You're gonna have to charge you for another one. It doesn't matter if you're a TikToker, if you're a normal person like everyone else. How am I a normal person if I'm a TikToker?
Oh my God!
Yourself at this point, and how's that argument?
It's nice of her to admit she's Abby normal.
All right, hang on. All right, First of all,
wow.
You could say, hey, could you take this back and heat it up? And you're going to wind up with a ball sack hair in your food. They're going to lick the rolls.
That's what I don't understand. She's obviously not a normal person because a normal person knows, say it with me, you don't fuck with people who prepare your food.
That's right. When you show up at a unit, you make friends with the mess sergeant and the supply sergeant because one gives you food and the other gives you like bedding and other shit you need to live. I mean, what are you thinking?
But she's special. She's different. She loves me.
Don't play the rest of this because I'm going to go off.
Oh, it's all the same. It's just her trying to make excuses and getting mad when she orders another one, and they're like, "You're going to have to pay."
All right, gentlemen, I have to tell you right now, what is the maximum range of an excuse?
0 meters.
0 meters, or the length of a hard penis, or the size of a woman's titties. That's it.
Some women that I have met, I'm just saying, their tits will arrive somewhere 5 minutes before they do.
Oh, I mean, that's an exception.
It is an exception.
Normally, it's a few inches, but
I used to date a chick.
It's still 0 meters.
I used to date a chick who legit had a J cup. It's a little ridiculous. We're rounding the second half of the alphabet at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they touch behind your head?
Yeah, they probably could have.
Wow.
I don't know.
Was it a J cup for Jesus Christ? Look at this kid.
No shit. The fact that they still pointed forward was nothing short of a miracle.
That's only temporary, though. Because those big tits and long legs are going to
Oh, I know. You have a finite window.
Yeah, they're going to big legs and long tits, no time flat. That's where tentacle porn comes from, just so you know.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's a little bit of that in Alien Romulus. This is some deep-throating face hugger action. You see the whole thing come out of the chick's fucking mouth. I was like, wow, we're really going whole hog with the reproductive imagery in this one. You literally see a full-size alien get birthed out of a wall vagina.
Wow.
And the dude tries to rape the wall vagina with a cattle prod, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got you, motherfucker. And then the wall vagina rapes him back.
Nice. So their throat goat game was on?
I guess so, yeah. That's going to be the new term for glory hole. It's a wall vagina.
Wall vagina. Got to write that down.
It's a wall vagina. It's not a glory hole. It's a wall vagina.
Yeah. I will say this. If I was the waiter and a TikToker or influencer came to my restaurant and I was waiting on them, and they said, send this back. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I would take that food, give it to the cooks or someone else, grab that same exact pan, go to the bathroom, take a shit in it, and then bring it back and put it on the table. Like, there you go. It's on the house.
Nice.
Oh, you just rub a little pepper under your nose, sneeze on it, throw it in the microwave. There you go. Nice and hot. Why do you think you don't fuck with people who prepare your food?
Yeah, you don't ever do that, man.
I worked in food service for over 3 years. Not like I saw shit like that or anything.
Never send it.
When
never.
people were dicks.
Well, first of all,
I believe South Park did an entire episode or had a skit about, this kind of thing. It was horrendous.
Well, my thing is this, I did all that time in the Army. If they put food in front of me, even if it's the wrong fucking order, I'll be like, not what I ordered. Well, we could take it. No, I'm fucking eating it. You've been there. I'll be like, yeah, I'll fucking eat it.
Even when you get food you want, you're like, me motherfucker, you make me I'm a fucking calorie beast. I'm gonna have to eat all this shit. Well, you want me to take it home? No, I don't want you to fucking take it home. You can't even be grateful without getting all like profanitized.
Yeah, come on.
That's a new word. You're profanitized.
I'm profanitized, but that's how I show appreciation.
I show appreciation by calling you a dick, man. It's good stuff. Thank you all for tuning in with us, guys. It's always good to see you. We're live over on YouTube. Almost 600 people watching now. 591 over on Rumblies and the Tumblies. 37 on MGTOW.tv. 37 also on Odyssey. Twitch is rocking 7. D Live has 5. And BitChute just has 6 total views. I'm not really sure what's going on over on X.
Got 721 on Rumble.
Oh, not bad.
Are we on BitChute tonight, too?
Oh, it just jumped up right in front of my eyes. Yeah.
Oh,
we're on BitChute tonight as well. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
32 over on the Twitters too.
Excellent.
All right. Twitter's growing.
And we have a first-time story courtesy of his brother, Steve Oink, over on Rumblies and the Tumblies from Postmortem. His viewer submissionary is what he calls it. Sounds a little gay, but it's okay. We'll let it pass.
Yeah.
I present to you this humorous situation that I found myself in years ago. This ties in beautifully. Background. After my second son was born in 96, I got myself a vasectomy. Good thing, too. I found out firsthand how courts and child support work. My ornamental balls came into play later. They're like dice that you hang from the rearview mirror in your car.
Dude. No.
I just hang them from the Christmas tree. I keep them at the bottom so the cat will play with them. Then at least I'm getting some pussy action.
No. That's perfect.
Ornamental balls. I have ornamental balls myself.
I had the procedure done. It didn't take. I'm not doing it twice.
I'm like a Florida orange, he says. All juice and no seed. 2003. My supervisor set me up with a woman he knew. I found out later she worked for the same company as well for a blind date. I shat where I ate, not my usual MO. Not really a problem, as she was rather fuckable. Insert appropriate terminology here, he says. Nah, the fuckable works. We went out a few times, and she applied hoo-hoo honey liberally. Hoo-hoo honey.
Hoo-hoo honey.
I can't do a Winnie the Pooh voice, otherwise I'd probably jump into one. Even on the first date, it was a definite plus.
Hang on. Just because the pussy's wet doesn't make it good. Because guess what? Garbage can bags leak as well.
That's very true. Yeah. And we all know what the cans smell like after that.
Oh.
Several times we ended up at her place since I lived 20 miles out of town. Convenient coochie. She wanted to go to a country music concert for a date, and although country music is not my thing, I agreed to take her. Well, yeah, if you know that there's convenient coochie afterwards, dudes tend to bend their preferences a little bit.
Well, most of this country music is like how my divorce played out. Lost my house, lost my money, lived in the street, killed my dog. She had, the Congo line of cocks ran through her.
Yeah.
Allegedly banged a fire department, and it just
No
went
blow,
on.
no love.
It's all rumors, of course.
She'll bend it over and put it in her boob.
It's all rumors. You know what?
Rumor control, yeah.
We should probably get an AI song made. Oh, shit.
We can make an AI song for Suck a Dick.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
My rent is late. You want to pay it? Suck a dick! Anyway, night of the concert. I'm heading over to pick her up. And as I pull into her apartment complex, she calls.
Uh-oh.
She says she has a girlfriend in town. She wants to go, and would I mind? Since I'm not a country fan, if she went with me, baby. Not a problem. Enjoy, be safe. Talk to you later.
There we go.
As I'm turning around in her parking lot, she and another guy walk out of her place and get into his truck. All right, so off to metal night at the local bar I go, winning.
There we go.
4 months later, or I should say 4 months later, I get a call. It's 8:30-ish p.m. Thursday evening, and I'm watching Blade Runner. Fuck yeah!
Man, that was
movie's awesome.
Movie.
It's her wanting to know what I'm doing. Would I like to meet up for drinks and general bullshittery? Fine, I go. I'm on my second beer. She's on her fourth, plus a mixed drink. I have no idea how long she had been there, but she was slurring when I showed up.
So she's 6 deep by then?
Probably. She wants to go to her place and get naked. This beats Blade Runner, so okay. And I pay her tabs and off we go. All goes as you might guess. Hell, I haven't seen that much goo since the last time I opened a can of Spam. Does her vagina have a key opener on it?
That's a lot of goo. That's
a lot of goo. Yeah, you dump your goo and run like a Jew from the tax man.
I don't even know if I unzipped a vagina and like clumps of that fatty stuff they have in the spam
God.
can, I'd be gone. I'm like, nope, I'm out. That's a syphilis infection. I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that.
You crack the panties, and it looks like you stepped on a tube of toothpaste, and it's bad news bears.
And it's accompanied by the green gas attack. No. Wave off. Cut, sling, load.
It's like you picked up a bagel with a light cream cheese from Wawa.
Nope.
Looks like you're using the Play-Doh fucking pasta maker.
Sorry.
Not that I would know or anything. I'm just saying.
So we went off the weeds in your story. Sorry, man. We're sorry.
All right. She passes out, so screw it. I fall asleep too. My phone alarm goes off, and I get up and get dressed for work. She wakes up, and the conversation went like this.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we need to talk.
She says. All right, what's up?
I'm pregnant.
Of course, it's a great idea to go out and just get pants shittingly wasted while you're pregnant. Great job. You are? Wow.
Yeah, I'm about 4 months.
Oh, congratulations.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Congratulations. I'm not sure what else to say. I've been snipped since 96, so I know you weren't about to tell me that I got you pregnant. By the way, who was the guy in the beat-up brown and tan Ford that you went to the concert with? Or did you even go to the concert? I mean, you do know I was turning around in the parking lot when y'all were leaving, right?
All right, so what he just did there is wax on, wax off.
And then, of course, the inevitable meditation after the exercise. Fuck it. Yes.
I think you need to leave.
There we go.
I am. Good luck to y'all. Fuck you. Can't right now. Got to get to work. Get out. I smile and wave. And the day I was born. Out the door he went. Odd. She wouldn't talk to me after that. Moral of the story, never pass up Blade Runner.
Oh my.
God bless and keep the powder dry. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Postmortem. Great fucking story.
That was actually pretty good.
Out fucking standing.
But I've had to deal with a couple soldiers like that. She's pregnant. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, hang on. All right, this is what you're going to do. All right. Don't sign the birth certificate and insist on the DNA test. Well, we're married. I'm like, all right, first of all, that's a mirage. That doesn't count.
The mirage.
All right. If as soon as that kid drops out of the meat chute, you get a DNA test. If you're not on the hook, file for an annulment or a divorce. You're off the hook.
Done and done.
Because all she's got to do is trick you for 2 years and 1 day, and you're going to pay for the rest of your days.
Damn right. These ladies who get all up in arms over mandatory DNA testing. If you didn't have anything to hide, you wouldn't be pissed. But
here's the thing. It's like we go on deployments. And like, well, she says she's like, 8 weeks. I'm like,
I've been deployed for the last 2 years. She's 9 months pregnant. I can't wait to meet my baby.
We did shorter deployments. I'm like, all right, so she's 8 weeks pregnant.
I'm just saying.
She's telling us she's 8 weeks now. You were gone for 3 weeks in the beginning of this 8 weeks. How the fuck does that math work out?
It's bad. It's
The
bad,
math
right?
is not mathing.
It's not mathing.
It's not mathing at all.
No. DNA test.
A little bit. Always. Should be mandatory everywhere, countrywide.
Yeah.
But of course, truth being told, women most affected.
Well, we did that one video where what is this, a blood bank?
So the DNA getaway, yeah. American Association of Blood Banks, 33% of paternity tests come back not the father.
Yeah, like 1/3, 33%. I mean, that is insane.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't actually hear of a successful prosecution for paternity fraud until several years after that episode was produced in 2014. That's ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing: is there's laws on the books, felony through conversion.
Yeah.
Why can't they apply that to these people women are doing this?
Yeah, if we can artificially inflate felonies to prosecute a former president of the United States, we can't hold women accountable for literally defrauding the system of millions.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Like, if you have a kid and you pin it on a guy who's not the father, and he finds out he's not, and then you get all upset about it. If he wants to press charges, guess what? Your kids are either going into foster care or staying with your mama because you should be in prison.
Yep. Don't like it?
Once
Play
it's
stupid
over,
games, yeah.
depending upon the state, once it's over a certain amount, it is a felony.
The more you fuck around.
The more you find out.
To fuck around is human. To find out is divine.
We got to put that on a T-shirt.
Greenie chimed in and says, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1.
Well, let's be honest. It's in the good book because this has already happened thousands of years ago. And we're doing it again.
Yep.
What the fuck? All right, sorry.
Bad news bears.
I'm getting spun up.
It's all good. But with that thought in mind, I want to turn it over to our mom of the regiment, Raquel. She is back with more stories, and this one is called, I love it, Big Sister Will Give It to You Straight. You're going to love this. This one is close to my heart, she says. For the sake of identity, I'll be changing the names for the story.
Fair enough.
I am the oldest child in my home, the big sister, 5 years older than my brother. Quite frankly, it sucked being the oldest sibling sometimes, especially being public schooled. I was never in the same school as my siblings, and it made us rather estranged in a way because we only saw each other at mealtimes. It's kind of the whole gambit of public school, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I got along with my brother, and he would call me when I went off to college, and he was just starting high school. I don't know about all the trouble he got into during those years, but I know enough. During his senior year of high school, I got a phone call from him telling me about a girl that was new in town. It wasn't long before they were dating and talking about getting married. I was worried about this development because I had never met this girl before, and I began to notice a change in his demeanor when he would call. It's like it wasn't himself, or that he was beginning to change his life priorities at a very fast pace. I hoped that this girl was just another flavor of the week, and that he would move on with graduation on the horizon. Alas, it was not to be. Her family was a military family. Father retired from the chair force. He was so pro-military and had convinced his daughter to join the Navy. She, in turn, convinced my brother to join the Navy, claiming that they could be stationed together.
Oh, my God! That never fucking happens. Oh, my God. Oh, okay, keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
I probably should have handled it differently because I laughed in his face and said, if you think you're going to be able to see her, it's a pipe dream. His girlfriend, Tilly, got her way, and he eventually joined the Navy. When I heard this news, I was devastated. It was 2005, and the mess in the Middle East was still hot, and the U.S. was deploying troops. I thought maybe he had joined the Navy, he might be spared from deployment, but I was so wrong. The military wasted no time. After he signed his paperwork, he was immediately sent to boot, and then a school, and then to B school, and I don't know what any of that means, A school and B school. All the while, this girlfriend of his somehow was able to get out of the Navy while he was in A school due to mental instability. Well, over half of liberal women under 30 have a mental disorder. So there you go. What the hell? I didn't even know that was a thing. You can get out of the military by seeing a shrink and telling them you're mentally struggling? Well, aren't we all mentally struggling with something, especially those in the military? Hello, I can die at any time, but don't worry, that isn't weighing on my psyche at all. Moving on. I went home to visit my parents while my brother was at boot, and I remember I had called him and told him that this woman was not a good match for him. She was far too immature. Tilly was there at the house visiting my parents, not exactly sure why. I remember when she was leaving to go home, I walked her out to the front door and had a very frank conversation with her about how I didn't think she was good for my brother. They didn't have anything in common, and that I thought their relationship was going to cause an emotional train wreck for the both of them. In the nicest way possible, I was trying to tell her to piss off.
Okay.
Needless to say, she left upset, but I didn't hear from my brother until he was in Florida 8 weeks later for more training. When I found out my brother was going to be in Florida, I immediately called my sister, who lived there, near where he was going to be training. She was only a year older than him, so they were much closer. She told me that she would do what she could to get our brother to see that Tilly wasn't good for him. Tilly flew out to see my brother while he was in training in Florida. It's like she always shows up at the place where she's least welcome. My brother was sent home for R&R for Christmas and was to be deployed a week later. Well, at Christmas, when he was home, that is when he decided to tell the family that he and Tilly had eloped.
Oh, my God.
And had been married since Cocktober.
Oh, my God.
Needless to say, we weren't exactly happy. I began to put the pieces together of when it could have happened, and I realized they had done it when she had gone out to see him in Florida. My sister was fit to be tied because the whole time she was trying to get him to see that Tilly wasn't a good match for him, but he didn't say a word and married her anyway and didn't have the balls to tell any of us until Christmas.
Wow.
As soon as my brother was deployed, Tilly went to set up house on base in San Diego.
I'm sure she did.
He was gone for 9 months.
Okay.
Came home for a few weeks and was deployed again. Tilly, sadly, had gained quite a bit of weight while he was deployed. About 50 pounds.
Wow.
She called me crying one night when my brother was home and said she didn't know him anymore and that he was different from when they got married. Where? This is the prepackaged military spouse excuse, just so we're clear. They all use this to try to get at your cash and prizes. It was at this time when I reminded her of our conversation before she decided to go elope with my brother, and in the most genuinely sincere way tried to get her to see this coming. What she didn't understand is that when you are deployed, you aren't present, and the deployed person does change. I knew my brother had a wild streak in him and that he would most definitely take part in any shenanigans, mostly drinking and partying with his bros. I knew this and related to Tilly before she married my brother, but she didn't want to listen or see that I was trying to protect the both of them from a very messy situation.
Well, hang on. So if she gained 50 pounds, how is she still in the Navy?
She's not.
Oh.
Remember, she psyoped out.
Oh, she psyoped. Okay.
I don't know anyone that comes home totally the same person. I think you can agree with that. Not only that, they were 18 when they eloped. My brother came home from his second deployment to divorce papers. And in all honesty, I do think that Tilly wanted to stay married to my brother, or at least to try. But as soon as Tilly mentioned divorce, my brother didn't need any convincing to sign the paperwork. He was deployed 3 more times over the course of his 4 years, being home a total of just a few months.
Yep.
Once he was done with his 4 years, he was ready to be out. I don't know what kind of missions he was sent on. He doesn't talk about it a whole lot. I know he came home with more physical scars than he had before, and that he was stationed in a hot zone. Please forgive my ignorance. I never realized the Navy was so utilized.
Well, it all depends upon what his job was, what his rating was in the Navy.
Exactly. Here's the kicker.
Uh-huh.
Because Tilly's dad is retired chair force, he knew how to make my brother's life even more difficult. He coached her on how to file certain paperwork informing them of the divorce and the status change of their relationship from married to divorced, and get him into trouble with his commanding officers. I didn't even know you could do that, especially while you're deployed.
Well, you can do that because it all depends upon who the first shirt is. Like if they had a guy sitting there that was similar to me, he'd be like, there's no kids involved. Fuck that fat bitch.
Damn.
I mean, I've run interference top cover for so many soldiers. I even had an ex-wife excommunicated from the unit and had
I remember that story.
I had her trespass never to return.
Good.
I sent a memo to her house.
Bye-bye. They don't deserve anything better. How do you expect soldiers in active duty that aren't even in the country to file paperwork in order to defend yourself against your accuser back in the States, and you don't even know when you'll be back?
It's called the Soldier-Sailor Act, to be honest with you. So,
again, I was very naive and ignorant at the time. I remember my parents getting all kinds of paperwork filed for him so he would stay out of whatever trouble she was trying to get him into.
There's really nothing that she could do to him.
Yeah. Well, luckily, the divorce was final within a few short months until he moved out by the time he came home from his 3rd deployment. No kids, and they were both young enough to start over. She moved back east, and we haven't heard from her again. Oh, don't worry. If she wanted you to hear from her, you'd hear her coming. She keeps gaining weight that fast.
Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, it's really hard to unweigh 50 pounds.
She gained 50 pounds.
She pulled the pin on the fat grenade.
In like a year and 9 months, she gained 50 pounds?
No, it's common. That happens all the time.
But how?
Double-fisted Tourette's to the elbow.
She's not even drinking age yet. Fuck.
There's a reason.
Wow.
They're called Wahmalows.
I just got
or dependapotipusses.
Dependapotipie.
Yep. That's what happens. He is lucky he didn't slip one by the goalie with her.
No kidding, man. Wow.
Oh my God, he'd be hooked to that forever. Oh,
that would be a train wreck of epic proportions.
I think the easiest way someone can gain 50 pounds in that amount of time is eating more mint chocolate chip ice cream than Evil Pop.
That's true.
Well,
or a combination with alcohol too.
Well, on a couple of Tuesdays back, Steve comes over before the show, and we usually get Mediterranean food, right?
Of course, buffs, right?
And we're driving
Yes.
down there, and we turn the corner, and there's this pick the meat off the bone Wahmyn and she had like one tooth that was like sticking out
Oh,
horizontal.
God.
And like
Red trash?
and Steve really like he pulls over and he's just like, I can't believe somebody put their penis in that. I laughed all the way to the restaurant.
I've
But he
had
actually-
that thought. We've all had it. We've all seen these women out in public at places, and we're just like, and they've got kids in tow, and you're like, somebody had to fuck that?
Yeah, but the funny part is
Wow.
he literally like he pulls over. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!"
I can't believe it. Why?
It was so fucking funny, man.
I mean, why? Why?
Well,
I mean-
sometimes when you fall on the anchor falls on you.
Drag you straight to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Apparently, if you're Jason Statham, you can just clear the water out of your sinuses and you can just swim at the bottom of the ocean. Anybody see the Meg 2?
No.
That was one of the most entertaining pieces of shit I've ever watched in my life. I remember watching it, and they're like, "Oh, well, if he lets the water into his sinuses, he can swim 2.5 miles below sea level."
No, that's not going to happen. You're going to die.
I was laughing so fucking hard. I was in tears. Everybody in the room is like, this is really funny, isn't it? I'm like, oh yeah, this is like one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, give it a shot. Seriously, if you just want to have a turn your brain off and laugh at all the stupid shit, good time. Watch the Meg 2. Damn. Count Chad the Impaler in the super chat. Sometimes when girlfriend is not in the mood to drive to my place 30 miles away, I will fap and get post-nut clarity and have no desire to drive to hers. Win.
Well, you got to watch the video we did in the first
Booty Call Mileage.
Booty Call Mileage.
Oh, don't even bother with that one. Watch the remake. It's better. We kicked that episode's ass.
Yeah.
Or should I say we kicked its ass? There we go. That's actually a pretty good one right there. Quite muscular. Looks nice and full.
You can bounce a quarter off that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Demaster 12, good to see you, sir. I emailed a small care package of memes to Redonkulas 12, some of which I made myself. They're easy to digest, I promise. I hope you enjoy them. Yeah, I got a clip the other day that I was going to put in tonight's Fucked Up But Funny, which, by the way, is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the reel had since expired when I went to grab it. But if anything was ever going to make Pop puke,
please,
it would have been the female wrestling match where the chick literally fishes the bloody tampon out of her thing and forces it into her opponent's mouth. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Please don't show that to me.
It's like, why would you do that? I hope that was just a prop.
Wasn't that Peter Griffin's sister? Wasn't that her?
Shut up, Meg.
Wasn't that her fucking special move or whatever? Toxic shock or whatever?
Toxic shocker. Ugh, disgusting.
All right, so let's roll through the rest of these YouTube ones.
I'm just saying, anybody who thinks men are disgusting has never had to clean up a women's bathroom.
Or walk into a woman's barracks.
It smells like cooter in there.
God, it's terrible.
Nasty cooter.
Cooter and pennies.
Alex Patino in the chat. I, as a former U.S. Army Cavalry Scout Staff Sergeant and have been assigned to a basic training unit as a CI Cavalry instructor, I can tell you stories of recruits that managed to get out before grad.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Yeah. Especially if you're a chick, they're just going to be like, oh, thank God.
Now, I remember when I was in basic training, the guy who tied the extension cord on the buffer around his neck, and he threw the buffer off of like the third story, but he didn't account for the length of the cord.
Oh, no.
So literally he throws it off, and he's like, and the drill sergeant's like, "You get out of here now! No, I'll come to you!
Get back up!"
He runs up there, and then we never saw that guy again. But
bye-bye. You are the weakest
it happens.
Link. It does. FMF veteran, yesterday, I am not a butt rubber, but I have many times punctured a butt with about 5 million units of penicillin.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do. Robert Anderson, if your wife files for divorce while you are deployed to a war zone, shouldn't that be considered treason?
That's a little steep.
Giving aid and comfort to the enemy by demoralizing our troops.
But they have the Soldier Sailor Act, which pretty much puts that all in kibosh until you come back now.
Well, allegedly.
No. In the beginning, it was fucked up, but they actually passed some laws because there's a lot of guys getting hammered.
It's nice to know somebody's doing something for our active and veteran shit. Anyway.
No.
All right, it is 9:10. If you like, I can go through this Big Sister Part 2 story before we take a quick break and jump over to new tech. What do you think?
How long is it?
Actually, this one is pretty long. Maybe we could save this one for next week.
No, let's just do next week.
Big Sister Part 2. We'll give you a preview. I do not know why men have white knight syndrome.
Yeah.
I know so many men who try to rescue women in bad situations. This is going to be a good one.
Oh, God.
Next week, guys. We'll read this one next week. White knight syndrome is something, especially when we were young and dumb and full of stuff that rhymes with dumb. None of us were immune to it.
Well, we got another one
Is
here.
what it is. It's
All hail.
all
Emperor.
hail Emperor Pop from the Plains Warrior. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Take a break?
Take a break.
All right. Go empty your squirrel bladders, ladies and germs. If you're one of the 574 people watching us over on YouTube, follow us on over to New Tech. We got 20 hilarious videos for you guys to watch, more super chats, and hey, if we have more time, more stories.
All right.
In the meantime, we definitely have Jeffrey Paul tunes. So enjoy, and we'll see you in 5.
All right.